first off, Lawrence, your reaction to Kamala Harris behind closed doors. People say she's been invisible. Haven't we been saying that?
I mean, I love the Johnny-come-latelys and the members of the press now saying it as well. And the campaign finally, with the anonymous sources leaking it. She was supposed to be the border czar. She was supposed to be the person to get ahead of the root causes. Right. Yet she's been absent, not just on the border, but several issues, guys.
Well, voting issues, too.
In particular, Lawrence, regarding that Axios report that this is all coming from, we heard she was the border czar, essentially, but apparently she made it clear in the beginning her responsibility started and ended with simply the factors going into why people were leaving the Northern Triangle countries of Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador. It was just about that. Just that much. And so she takes no responsibility for all these people streaming across our southern border.
It's like me coming into Friday's show and going, I'm going to do the show. I'm only doing Jack Keane. All right? I'm only doing excuse me, I need you to do the whole show. Nope. Only General Jack Keane. See you later. You can't do that. You get an assignment from the president. You can't streamline the request.
That would be prima donna-ish, Brian. All right, let's talk about Robert Hur. His findings said that our president was elderly and had a poor memory, didn't remember when his son passed away, and forgot other things as well. Well, the White House press corps is really... they're asking a lot of questions about this. And yesterday they were saying, all right, is he going to have a physical before the election? And they said, yes, his doctor will, give him this health check before. And then the reporters were asking, well, will the doctor talk to the press? Listen to this.
When can we talk to the president's doctor, and how come they haven't been asked to come out here and talk with us, given the Hur report that challenges the president's mental fitness?
Special Counsel Hur is, as far as I remember, is obviously a Republican, a prosecutor. He's not a medical doctor. He's just not. It's not for him to speak to, and it is obviously up for a medical doctor to decide on that.
Can we talk to his doctor then?
But look, I have said the medical doctor, the president's doctor, is going to do a physical. He's going to, and he has always put forth in the last 2 years a detailed memo on the president's obviously medical physical, and so I'm just going to leave it there.
Admiral Kirby should have come out of the bullpen and helped her out.
I mean, it's very clear. Yeah, he may not be a medical doctor, but release the tapes then. If you don't believe the characterization that he said, let the American people decide. If he's so great and everything is going so well, and he remembered his son, and he remembered certain strategies and all that, I'm sorry about the car coming behind me, then release the tape for the American people so we can decide. The White House position is they're not going to release the tape. So right. There you go.
I know you were traveling yesterday, Lawrence, but did you see the shuffle going on with King Abdullah yesterday? Him looking at the painting of Barack Obama. Did you see him asking for the prince and mispronouncing her name and the king's name, not knowing where to stand?
I did. And you know what? I mean, Brian, these are world leaders, and they're in the middle of a conflict right now. This is somebody that we should be... We should know. Look at him. He's doing it again. Back and forth. Didn't remember the name.
I'm going to go back here.
And he has to negotiate some type of peace right now because you got the Arab world that is upset about what's happening in Gaza. You would think he would be able to reaffirm the U.S. position with this guy. If this is what he's doing in private, I think we're in trouble.
You think?
And Robert Hur, you're right, Lawrence. I'd love to see those tapes. You bring up an excellent point. He just made an honest observation. He was there to write a report, and he just wrote the facts. He didn't remember certain things that any parent who lost a child normally would remember the day.
Well, when his term started as vice president. Yeah, it was when he became vice president.
And Robert Hur was simply explaining why he did not think the current president should be charged, because he had an awful memory. He was an elderly guy. And so essentially his bad memory and his age got him from being charged by the special counsel. So, they're complaining a little loudly.
But just think
that they're not going to prosecute him.
And think about this, Steve. He went up there and he said to Don, when he was asked about Donald Trump and the documents in Mar-a-Lago, how could anyone take these documents that are top secret for the country? People's lives are at stake, and he's been doing it since 1977.